1933 or something. So they talked to Doyle and a MacArthur, Eldon MacArthur, the mayor's father, and past mayor father, and said, look, if you guys get in, you can turn around and get right out, but come and get in. And this was Howard Cannon, and he ended up being a...
You don't have to go to any meeting.
No meeting, nothing. Just sign out. And Howard Cannon was the big chief here, and he ended up being the senator in Nevada. But anyway, so, well, Eldon immediately signed off. Doyle forgot. And he went home for Christmas, and he got a letter. You know, one of those greetings that says on the front, you are called to duty immediately in St. George with the National Guard. His mother just went into it. She said, what have you done? She said, oh, Mom, I go down and get out. Well, he came down, couldn't get out. So he went with the National Guard, and that was in about, let's see, 40, probably 1940. So he was in the war till, what, 45? So he was in right at the beginning. They went to Fort Ord and California and trained, and up into Washington. Then they took a train all the way across the United States and went over on a ship to England. And he was on the same ship that Eisenhower was on. In fact, he said one night they were down in the bottom of the ship shooting crabs.
Yep.
Here Eisenhower walked by. Oh, you calm down, boys. Keep shooting. So that was his experience in going to England. And so they built Eisenhower's headquarters. So they were there maybe a year and a half before the invasion. So when the invasion started on June the 6th, here we're coming up with that, June the 3rd or June the 6th. He was supposed to have gone in on the 3rd day of the wake. And there were so many injuries, so many ill and dying men that he helped bring them back. And he didn't go until the 13th day. So by that time, he said, there was a corridor that we could get into, but there were snipers all the way on those people. But he went through that winter. He said one night, it was so cold and there was snow, and they had tried to dig some sort of shelter, but they could only get down about this far because of the snow and the frozen ground. So they just rolled out their bedding and laid down among the bushes to sleep. And he said he had to go to the bathroom, so he got up and went to move this bush, and there was a German tank sitting there. And he turned around and he gathered up all his boys, platoon, he was the sergeant or something, and they moved out to a safer place. But he went through the whole thing. He said you'd sit on a hillside, and they were having a battle over here, and you'd see men fly into the air, you know, from the bombs. And yet he came home pretty healthy. Even as long as he lived, when we even lived out in Kayenta, he was still having some nightmares. And sometimes he'd have nightmares, he'd be on the floor digging, or wake up, Doyle, and then he'd be all right. But he had some nightmares. But he served his country willingly, and he did get an education from his country, but nothing else. So, but he honored it. He really honored it. And you could be...
There's one guy left in town, still alive, that's part of that original group that went.
These 35 guys.
Phil Squires, out of those 35 guys,
Hey,
there's only one.
you know Phil?